I think one of the most important characteristics of being a man is being incredibly disciplined. Now, what is discipline? Discipline is doing the hard work even when you don't feel like it. Who am I? My name is Noel O'Harry. I'm venturing into the self improvement sphere. I have a lot of things to work on, but also I think I've learned a lot about life, and I would like to teach that to people that would listen. If I give you any value in this video, please feel free to subscribe, like, help a brother out. It's rough out here. Now, I'm not gonna lie. A big part of my knowledge is because I read the book the Science of Self-Discipline. I read this book in conjunction with The Motivation Myth. I read those two books and I try to combine The Science of Self-Discipline and Motivation Myth. I combine those two and now I feel like I've cracked the code to almost unlimited discipline and unlimited motivation. And I think if I can explain it properly, you can find a lot of value in this. So if that makes sense to you and you want to stick around, feel free, stick around, and maybe we can learn a thing or two. The book, The Science of Self Discipline, has taught me one important thing. If nothing else, it's taught me one important thing. You only have a certain amount of willpower every single day. And willpower is your ability to say no. If someone bothers you for so long and they keep on bothering you, at some point you're going to give in because you only have a certain amount of willpower. Your brain is a muscle, and if you've been to the gym, you understand that if you run, you can only run for so long. At some point, you're gonna lose your breath, you're gonna get winded, and it's gonna be tough. You can only bench for so long, so much. You can't keep benching. You have to take a rest, and your body is no different. If you keep saying no, at some point you're gonna give in and say yes because your brain gets tired and fatigued. And just like the gym, the fortunate thing is you can actually improve your willpower. And we're gonna get into that later in the video. The book, The Motivation Myth, has taught me something extremely important. It has taught me that motivation only comes through one thing, and that is success. I'll tell you a quick story. I watch a lot of Andrew Tate, and I ain't gonna lie, I like a lot of what he says. I ain't gonna lie. When he talks about masculinity, how men must be strong, that is very important, I think. And I've watched a lot of his video, and I actually took inspiration, and I started playing chess. So what happened was I started playing chess, and of course, I got my butt spanked. I got destroyed. It wasn't pretty. I got destroyed, but I wanted to be better. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest. I wanted to be the smartest guy in the room. I wanted to make some moves and just be that. Those kind of like movies where the guy's the smart guy, whatever. I wanted to be that cool. It is what it is. So I watched videos on chess and I watch videos, and I actually saw that I got better. I understood opening moves. I understood the even chess terms that how inaccuracies, mistakes, and straight up blunders. I started understanding these specific things about chess, and I started understanding how to make proper opening moves. And little by little, I started getting better. I started actually beating people in front of me. I went to chess.com. I got a membership. It was a free trial. I got a free trial membership and I started getting better. And I was extremely motivated. And I kept on beating people and my elo was slowly rising. I ain't gonna lie, my elo by and large is still pretty low, but it was a fantastic feeling. But then over time, I stopped playing chess. And then I had to ask myself, why do I not have the drive to play chess as much as I once did? And it's something I had to understand is I was making a lot of progress towards a meaningful goal, getting good at chess. And then at some point, I reached a plateau. I wasn't performing as good as I was, and I wasn't actively getting better. And slowly but surely, I started losing motivation. And that made me realize one thing: motivation only comes through successes. When you're making success towards a meaningful goal, you'll be incredibly motivated. You only ever lose motivation when you're not making progress or when you're stunted, or worse, when you feel like you're regressing. That is when you lose motivation. So it's very important to understand what drives us when it comes to motivation. Now that we know that discipline and willpower is a skill that we have to work on, and we understand that motivation comes through small successes, how can we combine these two to make us a much more productive person? But before we get into this, I actually want to talk about discipline, and I want to talk to you guys like personally. If you saw someone and it was their first time in the gym, would you expect them to be able to bench 225? No, that'd be ridiculous. They haven't worked hard enough, right? They haven't built up the muscle. So if you don't have discipline, that is not entirely your fault. Well, it is your fault and it is your responsibility, but you didn't know. And that's actually fine because you didn't know, man. You didn't know you have to actively work on it. It's like a muscle. So don't, if you're not disciplined right now, understand that you're not even starting from zero. There have been times in your life that you did something you didn't want to do, and those little times add up, and you have a lot more potential than you think you do. Now, if you've been to the gym for a considerable period of time, you've probably heard this term. It's called progressively overload. And that basically means you're going to lift up a certain amount of weight, and then you're going to look to increase the weight over time. And then slowly but surely, you're going to get stronger. I want you to understand that concept and use it for discipline.
Now, if the lighting is a bit different, that's because today's a new day and I want to really explain this concept. I want you to listen to me. I want you to have a big goal in mind. So, a lot of people, it's make a lot of money or get a 10 out of 10 physique, get that strength. I want you to have a big goal in mind. Now, I want you to divvy it up. Make the goals hard enough that they challenge you, small enough that you know you can actually accomplish and achieve them, and slowly increase the goals over time. You do these three things, and I promise you, you're gonna see a drastic increase in your discipline.
Little by little, as you see yourself genuinely getting better, and at some point, you're gonna see yourself in the mirror, and you're gonna look at yourself and think, I am not the same man I used to be. I am now definitively, objectively better. And that's the feeling I want for you. If right now you can't think of something, some certain task that you can actively work on, you go down to my description below, bro. I have a what's called discipline checklist. You click it. It's a 5-day discipline checklist. You click on it. It's 5 days. It's just a challenge for you to get started. But most importantly, literally write down the big goal and try and divvy it up. And slowly but surely, you're going to become the man I know you can be. Also, I'm making a full course where I go over the science of self-discipline. I'm gonna go over that book. I'm gonna make a full course, and stay up for that. It should, if it does come out, it should be in the description of this video. Keep checking. It is what it is. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.